I'm Danielle Bryk. I've been renovating homes for 10 years.
This is one of the nastiest demos I've ever been a part of.
And I have a real passion for tackling tough home renovation projects.
Woo! What is this? Where is that coming from?
This week, I'm conquering the basement of a typical two-story city home that's wasting away and horrifying the homeowners.
It's frightening. Completely frightening. I think we keep bodies in the cupboards over there.
But if that isn't daunting enough, the previous homeowner's renovation has left me with dangerous live-cut wires.
No, this is not right.
Are you kidding me?
And a basement leak that's threatening everything.
Holy sh! This is bad.
My new clients are Dan and David. They live in a charming two-story, 1,100 square foot post-war home, and they claim they need more usable living space.
The basement in particular is an area where we actually would like to put some work in just to make that more livable space for us to use.
So this is the entrance to our basement.
It's got good height.
This is one of those basements that looks like it hasn't been touched for a really long time.
This is actually as far as my niece will go because she's too scared about what's back there. It's frightening, completely frightening. You'll see.
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep. So.
Wow. I'm a little wigged out. Like this is something out of a horror film.
So this is the room that whenever we bring anyone over, they're afraid to come in. And actually, I think I'm a little afraid to come in sometimes. I think we keep maybe caskets or possibly bodies in the cupboards over there. Yeah, there's a lot of space.
It's kind of strange. It's like the laundry room, the mechanical room, and storage all in one. So would you keep it as a laundry room or?
We need a laundry room.
I mean, yeah.
A bathroom here might be really cool.
I'm surprised that this actually makes the house tour. Maybe we should see what else is going on
Of course.
in this basement.
Door over there.
This was fun though. Ooh.
We've gone from super scary to 70s party basement.
I'm having flashbacks to the 70s for sure.
The faux wood paneling is dated and hokey.
Pretty much like this is how we got the space. So, you know, ceiling and all. We have a fireplace. It's not real. Parts of it have come off. So.
There's a lot of potential in this room, but there's a lot of cleaning up to do.
We really like a place to be able to watch TV.
Like, you know, a nice cozy den, that would be great. Are you guys reconciled on style or?
We don't really know too much about style. He's more kind of classic, modern feeling. I don't mind like a little more color.
Okay.
There's sometimes that challenge.
Are you more conservative generally?
I don't know, maybe.
Yes, the answer is yes.
They're a couple, and they've got totally different styles. And my challenge is gonna be merging those two styles in this one space. What is this room in here?
That's a really good question, because it really is an open space.
And right now it's just being used for storage space.
This is the renovation that they put on in the 80s.
Okay.
And they never finished it.
This is a huge, essentially empty space. And, you know, it's very usable. There's a window. It's got good height. Do you want a guest room or something? Is
Yeah,
that
I think that's what we were picturing, yeah.
I have a sister that actually lives in London, England, and it'd be great to have them stay
space
here.
for them.
Yeah.
If there's space to be used over on the other side, I wouldn't mind having like a desk space or something like that that can be used kind of for working at home and that kind of thing.
So bedroom, den, laundry, and bathroom.
Simple, right?
Simple, easy. What are you hoping to spend on it?
We had 30,000 in mind.
30,000.
That's doable, right?
I'm a little worried about a bathroom. For $30,000, I do not think that we can do a new bathroom, cleaned up laundry room, a den, and a new bedroom. It stretches it too thin. There's a lot of square footage down here. So it's kind of like I either address the laundry room and create a new bathroom, or do we work on cleaning up the space in general?
Finding out that you have to choose kind of stinks. I think if we have to make a choice, we can just keep that laundry room shut and then kind of work on everything else.
Yeah, I think these are much more of our priority.
Right. All right.
Dan and David's current basement consists of a laundry area, a den, and a storage room. With my limited budget, I plan to completely gut the den area, frame it out and insulate, and run hardwood floors throughout the entire basement. I plan to divide the storage area into 2 separate spaces to create a guest bedroom and an office space that can double as a games room. In the office, I'll add floor-to-ceiling storage units, and if I can find money, I'd love to outfit the bedroom with a stunning headboard. My biggest challenge will be combining their 2 different styles to furnish the den.
What is this? Team, hopefully. Aww, how sweet. Well, it's demolition day, and I too hope this is the only skeleton we find. You can see that was all just like handiwork by the last homeowner, so I just hope that was kind of all they tackled and not major structural or anything like that.
You ready?
Yeah. Woo! Woo!
Oh, that pulled right out of the wall.
What did?
That whole electrical box. What did they do here? Look at this. Old wiring.
Yeah.
Don't touch that. It's live.
Are you kidding me?
Dan and David hope that a $30,000 renovation will help give them more livable space that they desperately need,
Pretty much like this is how we got the space.
and also make it a little less creepy.
I'm a little afraid to come in sometimes.
Now, careless work from the previous homeowners has left me in a mess.
What did they do here? Look at this. Old wiring.
Are you kidding me?
So this is the kind of stuff that I was worried about. There's cut wires everywhere. This is unsafe.
They're lucky this hasn't started a fire.
I knew that we'd be putting in pot lights and running some new receptacles, but I didn't realize we'd be rewiring both spaces. And we are. We're rewiring the entire basement at this point.
This is gonna be a big hit on the budget.
I was planning to do custom built-ins on either side of the TV, and now I'm gonna have to do maybe just floating shelves.
Well, we don't have a choice. We gotta deal with it, so.
This is the worst kind of stuff to take down. It's layer upon layer of old gypsum board and plaster.
This is one of the nastiest demos I've ever been a part of. Ugh.
Framing is almost done. I'm gonna get to work today helping Rudy to clean up the mess with the electrical. Like, if you look, these were buried in the ceiling and live. Like, it's a fire waiting to happen. It's everywhere. So we need to just start from scratch and clean this place up, get it up to code. We weren't expecting this much electrical work, so I'm just helping Rudy along. I'm drilling all the holes so he can pull the wire. We're looking at an extra $1,000 worth of electrical. It's money that, again, we're putting behind the walls that the guys are never gonna see. We still have some electrical to run for the new pots, but most important thing is this is all up to code now. So we're ready to insulate.
It's like cutting cake.
What kind of cake do you eat? Squish that in. It's crazy that there was no insulation before. That's why it was so dank.
So this place is really coming together. The drywall's complete, and Rudy's installed the heated pad in the guest room.
So today, Rudy and I are gonna tackle this floor. We're gonna use self-leveler, because this is all out of whack. That way, we'll have a beautiful level base so that we can put in our finished flooring.
It weighs more than you.
Yes, it does. We have to work really quickly because this product sets very fast.
What are you doing with those tap shoes on?
These are my new dance shoes.
So we've got 2 guys mixing as we're doing the pouring and the leveling.
Now you're wondering why I have these things on? Look, I can walk and hover over it.
I'm using a level gauge, and I've set it at a 1/2 inch, and that's gonna allow me to spread the product and keep it at a 1/2 inch thickness everywhere. While I'm doing that, Rudy's using the smoother, and that's what's gonna create that glass-like appearance.
This stuff finishes so beautifully, I'm almost tempted to leave it because it's got that like smooth concrete feel.
What the? What is this?
Holy
Ew.
Rudy and I go into the cold room, and there's water seeping in.
I thought these guys waterproofed this joint.
Where is that coming from?
All I know is if we've got a water issue, we're screwed.
This is bad.
Tackling Dan and David's basement on a $30,000 budget seemed painless.
Simple, right?
Simple, easy.
Until an electrical issue set me back $1,000.
It's a fire waiting to happen. It's everywhere.
And now, an unthinkable waterproofing issue might destroy everything.
What is this?
Holy
Ew.
shit.
Where is that coming from?
It's wet, right?
It is. It's totally wet.
Waterproofing is a huge process. It's seriously a deal breaker.
It could be coming in other parts of the basement that we've already finished.
Dan and Dave's budget is really tight. If we have to rip down walls and waterproof, we may have to shut this down. I need to call the company that did the waterproofing so I can figure out what's going on before we go any further.
Where the deck is attached outside, I think water's probably leaking in through the bolts area. I think that area still needs to be silicone.
You're right, it is where the deck is.
Obviously, the weather's getting colder now, so I think any further seepage will stop. So feel free to continue with the renovation and give me a remedy in the spring.
He knows the problem, so I'm okay. I can go ahead, I can finish the rest of the basement. They will remedy this in the spring. Oh, okay, that scared me. Okay, thank you.
These spaces are really coming along. The self-leveler has cured. It's beautiful, looks like glass. So we're gonna be laying some engineered hardwood. So I'm putting these spacers in so that I can leave a uniform gap for expansion. We're using a floating system because we can't hammer into the concrete to secure it, and we've also got this heated pad, so we don't want to have to nail anything into it. It's actually really easy to install. This color is actually great because it's really going to help transition their two different tastes. It's classic, but it's going to look sleek against some of the more modern pieces that I'm bringing in.
Hey, Rudy, I'm leaving.
I promised Ella a girls' night, and I'm running a little late, so Greg is holding down the fort, so I've got to get in there. So what are we gonna do?
Oh, I'm gone. Bye.
Tonight really is just about having fun together. Whatever form that takes for them, I'm game. I don't normally like giving up control like this, girls. This one looks like
Not. It doesn't like food. I don't feel comfortable with you painting my nails.
Ella, I paint stuff all the time. I know that Dan and David have really differing styles, so I've brought them together just to give me some direction.
All right.
So we're gonna pick a couch today. There's this one here. I kind of like the suiting material on this. I actually think the fabric is really nice.
I like the Great Lakes pillow.
That's what you like about it?
I don't really like it.
So they're both agreeing. Except they both agree they don't like what I'm showing them. Here's another great one.
I like this one. I like the design of this one.
I just think it's not quite the shape that I would picture in the space.
In that space, yeah. Well, what about this one?
Yeah, I know, I like it. I mean, I think this is the one I prefer out of the three that we've seen.
David likes this one, and David's the one we needed to win over.
We're a bit torn between which one. I prefer the other one. Dave prefers this one. You're the pro. What do you think?
Well, how am I gonna put this? I actually prefer this one for your space.
Could you work with the other one?
You know what, scale-wise, I really do feel that this one is gonna work better. Do you wanna try it out?
Go for it, Dan. You're the one who's reticent.
Dan doesn't seem 100% convinced, but
I really, really think this one's perfect.
So all the dirty work is done, and now it's time to start trying to beautify the place. So I'm gonna start assembling cabinetry in the games room. I'm gonna paint out a feature wall, and I'm gonna do something funky with this rat, even though I know that scares David to pieces.
Wanna have a race?
Yes, you're on.
Together.
So
So this storage is all for David, who is obsessed with practicality. There's gonna be two functions, really. Dan wants a games room, somewhere to entertain with friends. So I'm gonna put a cute round table in here. They can play cards. So really, it's the best of both worlds in here. It's like a wall of classic storage in a modern palette. Woohoo! When I first walked in and saw that rad, I thought, we're either gonna have to eliminate it or make it into something special. So I might as well draw attention to it. We can't hide this rad. We're not covering it up. We're making a feature of it, so we might as well make it look cool. Okay, here goes nothing. So I kind of just see it as like a big abstract. It's like white with like a stripe of black. I think they're going to like the way I've treated the rad, the way I've framed it in the nice molding, but stripes, that could go either way. This has been a really big challenge. I mean, they've got two vastly different styles. I've tried my best to bring it together, but honestly, I just don't know if they're gonna like it.
At first, renovating Dan and David's outdated and eerie basement seemed manageable. But then, old wiring throughout the basement proved a fire hazard.
This is gonna be a big hit on the budget.
If that wasn't disheartening enough, a basement leak had me on pins and needles.
It's a lot of water.
After overcoming leaks and electrical, I still have to figure out how to please both Dan and Dave, who don't seem to agree on anything.
I prefer the other one. Dave prefers this one. You're the pro. What do you think?
Dan and Dave are on their way, and I am really nervous because they have two totally different styles. They had really high expectations. They're Reno virgins. They're the hardest to please.
I'm hoping that your niece will make it past this point.
So far, I don't think she would stop. Wow. Wow, this looks awesome. Oh my God, it's no longer a 70s party room.
What I've created down here is a den, and a den by nature is cozy. It makes you feel comfortable, it makes you feel warm. So a darker wall, accent pieces to create a focal point around the TV.
I'm glad that we went with this couch. I think that that was the most appropriate one for the space.
I picked the couch that David liked, but I chose the fabric that Dan liked, and that was another way of bridging their two different styles.
Oh, I like what you did with the rad. Look at that. It's
No,
like an
why
art
not?
piece now. It's actually kind of cool.
What I tried to do was create a neutral enough palette, but bring in modern accents or personality. All right, why don't we take a look at this space over here?
Wow, this is cool. So bright in here, and it doesn't feel like a basement.
This space really is a transition, walking into the bedroom. So I've used it for both storage, but as well for an area that could be used as an office or a games room.
I like the storage in the transitional room. I think that that will be really useful and come in handy.
I've also used these cabinets as another opportunity to bridge their two styles because it's a very classic door, but the palette is a little bit more modern. David was always working from the dining room table when he worked from home. So this way he has somewhere to set up his computer. It's a nice little office space.
Yeah, it's good. I was looking for somewhere where I could put my printer and like other work-related things. It's better than the dining room table.
Do you guys play cards ever?
You know, we actually do play some board games more,
be
so this
fun,
actually would be a pretty good space for it.
Tried to keep it really simple.
Wow, this is fantastic.
In this bedroom, I decided to let the minimalism speak for itself. So I've got white walls, white furniture, and that gives me an opportunity to put contrasting pieces of art.
This is amazing. I definitely think we'll be getting more visits from my sister and her 3 children.
Hey.
Back bedroom is great. I'm really impressed with this room.
I'm very happy.
Great.
This is amazing. I kind of want to jump on the bed, but I know it's probably inappropriate, so.
In terms of the budget, what you're looking at is $24,000 for your labor and building materials, and then $6,000 for finishes.
I'm really happy with the end result. I think this looks
Good.
really cool. I think it's a place that we're gonna come down, we're gonna watch TV. My nieces are gonna come running in.
Yep.
I'm really excited. I can't wait to have them over. It's no longer just a dumping ground for us. It really is something we can use, something that, you know, we can grow with. This has been amazing, so thank you.
You're very welcome. This basement was so incredibly dated. It just wasn't living space, it was storage. And now they've got 3 distinct living spaces, and I really think that's gonna make such a difference in how they live in this home.